Hey guys, this is Nevin here, and in this video I just want to show you how you can make your Google Ads more effective by essentially blocking your competitors and bots and whatnot from clicking on your ads. So essentially the way it works is we all have this no matter where you live. You're always going to have, let's just call them losers that, will constantly search for, pressure washing near me or whatever. And either they don't have the money to invest in their own ads or they just have a scarcity mindset or whatever. Essentially what they're going to do is they're going to keep clicking on your ads, which is going to cost you, whatever your cost per click is. It could be, you know, $6, could be five, whatever your cost per click is. Every time they click it, in their minds, they're costing you money, and so that satisfies them because again, they're losers. I mean, let's just call them what they are. Um, so how do you actually block these competitors or whatever from actually clicking on your ads? Um, there's probably multiple ways to do it, but the tool I use is called Clicksys. Um, I I will say it's probably, if your ad budget is less than 1,000 per month, it may not be worth it. Um, it just really depends. I mean, I'm gonna go in here and show you what my dashboard looks like. Um, so over the last 30 days from July to August, they're saying that it saved me roughly $192 in terms of fraudulent clicks, and it determines. You may be wondering how it determines if a click is fraudulent. So you just come in here, and it'll actually show you. Down here, of course, you got different countries. Anywhere from Canada, they blocked IPs. Essentially, will block the IP address of users that do certain kinds of behavior. So, um, a couple of them are if they click over the threshold. So, if somebody clicks over the threshold, it might mean they clicked on your ad more than twice. That's a pretty good sign. Like if you have a cell phone or a laptop, it has an IP address assigned to it. So, if you are doing Google search and you click more than one time, I can pretty much tell that that's probably not a client, that's not a customer that's clicking multiple times on my ad. So what this software will do is it'll block my ad from showing to those people. So anyone that might click on my ad, you know, twice or three times or whatever, eventually it'll block their IP address so they can search pressure washing near me as much as they want, and they're not going to see my ad. My ad will not show to those people. Because typically, if somebody's trying to do it fraudulently, if they do it once, no big deal, right? It's costing me $6, okay. But if you really think about it, man, if you're spending, even if it's only $4 a click, and this person does it once a day, I mean that's $20 a week, and that adds up, man. I mean that you're up to like $80 per month. On one knucklehead that just keeps clicking on your ad. And so this is a great way to block his IP address or her IP address. That way, they're not able to see your ad anymore. Also, if they use you can manually block IP addresses if you know. But then a fraudulent device could be something like a bot. That'd be pretty clear that it's not actually a user. So if you have like a sophisticated, maybe I don't even want to call them sophisticated, but let's use the word for lack of a better term. If you have like a sophisticated competitor and they sort of know what they're doing, they might set up a bot to keep clicking your ad, which that can get very expensive, and that's very malicious of them. But there are people that do that. I mean, especially if you're in a highly competitive area like maybe like Orlando or Miami or Houston or whatever, it's more likely that you'll encounter things like that. And so with Clicksys, essentially what it does is it blocks people, that click on your ad multiple times, or it also blocks IP addresses that bounce. So what a bounce means is they click it and then less than 30 seconds they basically click out of it. So they'll click your ad and then they'll click right out of it. That's a pretty good indication that it's a it's not a good lead, or it's somebody that's just trying to run up your ad budget. So what it'll do if they do that, it'll block their IP address so that they can't continue doing that. They can do it once, which still we don't want that to happen once, but there's really no way you can prevent that. But it prevents them from doing it over and over and over again in the future. So this is just one little tip. Again, I know I made it another video, another Google Ads video where I actually show you how to set up a campaign. This is one thing that sort of goes along with your Google ad campaign, and this is one way that I'm able to get better results for my Google ads, because a lot of times you might run a Google ad and you may seem, oh, it's not very effective. I spent all this money and I barely, I got these clicks, but it didn't convert. Well, you got to think a decent percentage of those clicks, probably at least 20 to 25%, are just your competitors clicking on your ads because they want to run up your ad budget, because, they're probably not very good at marketing themselves, or they have a scarcity mindset. And like I said at the beginning, they're typically just losers. I mean, what kind of person, just goes through clicking on competitor ads regularly. I understand if you do it once because you want to see their landing page, you want to see what kind of marketing they're doing, you want to do some research, but to keep doing it like every single day or multiple times a week because you want to run up their ad budget, that's just, that's malicious, and it's really a low IQ way to build your business because it's not doing anything for your business. Causing this guy to spend more money on a campaign isn't really helping you that much. So yeah, that's really how you do it. It's just this website called Clicksys. It's like $70 a month, I think, or something like that. And anytime I run a Google Ads campaign, I just turn it on because, it costs me $70 a month. But if it's saving me, $150 a month or whatever, and clicks, then it's worth it. But like I said at the beginning, it's also more worth it if you're spending over $1,000 a month in ad spend. Anything under $1,000 a month, you should probably weigh your options. I mean, it might be worth it. It just depends. I mean, if you live in a big area, big city, then you should probably turn it on, because you're going to have more people actually clicking on your ads. I don't live in a very huge city. The area I live is like, it's not, it's very densely populated. So I don't have that much of a problem with it. But I know that some people, like I said, if you live in a bigger city, this could be a much bigger problem for you. So yeah, hopefully this video helps you out, guys, a little bit. I'm not affiliated with this company at all. It's just a company that I use, for my own sort of business. So again, appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great day, and take it easy.